Hey guys, this is Chase with iDub Hockey. I'm here with JD, category manager of skates for Bauer Hockey. Now we're hanging out here in New Hampshire at your guys' headquarters, taking a look at your new 1X line here, the Vapor line. Before we start talking about specs on these great skates, how would you describe just the overall fit profile?
Yeah, so we differentiate our three families, and kind of moving forward, how we're going to describe is kind of the low, medium, and high foot profile, and kind of catering that that profile to one of our three families. So Vapor is what we call a low profile. So if you look at kind of some key regions to consider in fit is the top portion, so right in through here, which we call the ankle wrap, your heel depth, which is kind of the right in this region right in here, and then your instep right in there. You know, those three areas, they're a little bit more of a lower profile. So it really caters to a player that's got a what we would consider a low profile foot.
Awesome. So let's hop into that 1X. Got some awesome new changes on it. Let's start with the tongue, because that one stands out the most, and we'll hop into fit after that. But what do we have going on in the tongue here?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're obviously very excited for the 2017 Vapor 1X. There's a lot of new features, and a lot of research went into this particular skate. And obviously you highlighted the tongue, and this is one of the biggest changes is we've gone to what we call the FlexLock Pro tongue. And the big change here is going to be, it's a 52-ounce felt tongue on the outer portion, so nice, big, thick, and comfortable, which a lot of our professional players or high-end players are looking for. But it incorporates a new composite material or a composite formulation on the outside. And you look at the way that we have arrayed them from top to bottom. The biggest change with this is they're thermal forming materials. So when you go through the heat fitting process with your skates, in the past it used to be just the boot as well as your speed plate that would really adjust to the player's foot. Now we're really focused on the top portion as well, so giving you that nice 360-degree thermal forming. Also, the way that we arrayed them, it also helps to add some protection. So this is something that we've seen is, adding some very lightweight materials to our skates, but also adding some protection quality. So it's roughly around 30% more protective on the tongue side of things.
Nice. Now let's talk about the quarter package too. It looks asymmetrical and a big change from what we've seen in the past too. What do we have on the quarter panels here?
Yeah, so you'll notice even through the entire design, whether it's the tendon guard, whether it's the way that the everything is kind of laid up, everything's kind of got a little bit more of an angle to it. It's no different than with the patterns as well. So if you look at the skate kind of from over top, you'll notice that your medial or your inner portion of the skate, the pattern's actually built out a little bit further, and your lateral side is built a little bit kind of scaled back. So it actually creates a little bit more of an offset. And again, if you look at kind of your position of your ankle pads, you'll notice your inner malleola, which is your ankle bone essentially, is always positioned a little bit more forward. So by going to this slightly more offset, it's going to allow the skate to sit more, the center portion of the ankle pad more onto the center portion of the ankle bone as well. So that creates a little bit more comfort. Now, with that being said, as we were going through some testing and validation, what we started to notice is, based on the new positioning, is the support of the skate and the way that it flexes, it's going to allow players to get into a little bit more of an easier attack angle. So you think about elements like crossovers, tight turns, initial acceleration, it really exemplifies those qualities in a player's skating stride. So it's all about speed, and we feel like that asymmetrical pattern really helps to add on to that.
And it sounds like the updated lacing system kind of plays a factor into that too, right?
Absolutely. So we've gone to what we call the LockFit Pro lacing system. So it's our injected lacing system, but again, we've gone to a little bit more of a softer construction. So we've looked at optimizing the materials that are being used to really allow for that material to flex a little bit easier. And again, we're really focused on players getting into what we call that attack angle. So again, by going to a little bit more softer, it's going to allow for them to get that really deep knee bend or a really good forward flex.
And then to round us out here, we've got the new grip liner. What was kind of the inspiration behind it, and what's the difference here?
Yeah, so our number one liner out of our pro shop, where we build custom skates for 75% of all the NHL players, is a grip lining material. So that was some key insight for us to really say, players want moisture management materials. They want their skates to be light, but also lightweight all the way throughout the game. But grip was a big thing in terms of stabilizing the foot. And you look at the heel, the midfoot, we're really trying to stabilize that so that when you go through the skating motion, is when you push off, you don't have any what we call wasted energy. So by stabilizing the foot, there's less movement of the foot, you're going to be able to have better energy transfer, and a lot of that is due to the grip materials that we're using on the inside. So
awesome. So a whole lot of key upgrades this year for the 1X. What are we going to see in the X900?
Yeah, so the X900 is basically, think of this as a pro level skate for players that like a little bit more kind of traditional materials. So you look at the eyelet system, for example. Some people like a traditional eyelet. That's kind of what that skate kind of offers you. You look at the tongue, for example. It's a traditional 52-ounce felt tongue with our injected metatarsal guard. So again, a little bit more kind of traditional characteristics. The liners, again, it's got some additional grip properties built into it, again, based off a lot of the insights. So I liken this particular skate to be a very good kind of pro stock, very good value within our line type skate. So it's got a lot of great features. That 3D elastic curve composite is going to be one of the key features to this particular price point.
And that's something that we also see in the X800 too, right?
Yeah, the X800. So this is, what we've seen here is, a lot more kind of high-end players looking for, again, value within the skate line. The X800 is, again, a great skate built with that 3D elastic curve composite, really thermal formable. So really kind of trying to customize that fit out of the box for the majority of consumers. We're starting to gravitate that construction down in price point. The big changes between some of the higher price points to the X800 is going to be components like your steel, your outsole, and some of the materials like the liner materials and stuff like that. Those are going to be some of the elements that are going to be the big changes. So it's from my perspective, the X800 is the best value within our line, and we really encourage all those high-end players to really look into that skate.
Awesome, JD. Well, as always, I appreciate you having us out here and giving all our viewers such great information. But for you guys at home that want to check out more of these great Bauer Vapor skates, make sure you go to icewarehouse.com.